Part 3. Today is the last part of the summary of UMT. Today's tutorial is basically about medical surgical conditions. We begin with words ending with the suffix itis and their meaning. The first example we have here is cholecystitis, which simply means inflammation of the gallbladder. Cholecys meaning the gallbladder and itis meaning inflammation. The second example is hepatitis. Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver. Hepat, which simply means the liver, and itis meaning inflammation. Arthritis is our next example. Arthritis is the inflammation of a joint. Arthro meaning the joint and itis meaning inflammation. Enteritis. Enteritis is the inflammation of the intestine. Enter meaning intestines and itis meaning inflammation. Carditis is our next example word. Carditis is the inflammation of the heart. Cardi meaning the heart and itis meaning inflammation. The second word suffix example is algia. Algia simply means pain. The first example is cephalgia, meaning pain in the head. Cephal meaning pertaining to the head and algia meaning pain. Nephralgia. Nephralgia simply means pain in the kidney. Nephro meaning kidney and algia meaning pain. The next example word is gastralgia. Gastralgia simply means pain in the stomach. Gastro meaning stomach. Let's be careful here. The /o at the gastro here, it's actually a combining vowel. When the suffix begins with a vowel, there wouldn't be any combining vowel. That's why there's no o at the gastralgia. And also the same as the nephralgia. There's no o there, but when I was explaining it, I brought the nephro meaning the kidney. Yeah, but if the suffix begins with a consonant, there would be a combining vowel present. So we move on, and algia simply means pain, as said earlier on. The next suffix word condition is sclerosis. The first example is atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is the abnormal hardening of an artery. Athero, which simply means an artery, and sclerosis meaning abnormal hardening. You'd realize here that there was a combining vowel because the suffix sclerosis begins with a consonant. So there is a combining vowel which is O. The next example suffix of sclerosis is phlebosclerosis, meaning abnormal hardening of the vein. Sclerosis, as said earlier on, means abnormal hardening, and phleb or phlebo meaning the vein. The /o there is a combining vowel. The next word we have here is cardiosclerosis, meaning abnormal hardening of the heart. Cardi meaning the heart, and sclerosis means abnormal hardening. The next word suffix is stenosis. Example, we have Stenosis, meaning abnormal narrowing of the artery. Athero, meaning the artery, and stenosis, meaning narrowing. The next example is ureter stenosis. Stenosis of the ureter. Ureter, which simply means the ureter itself, and stenosis, meaning abnormal narrowing. The next example word suffix of stenosis is enterostenosis, which simply means stenosis of the intestine. Enter meaning intestine, and stenosis, as said earlier on, meaning abnormal narrowing. Let's be careful here. Don't confuse sclerosis, which simply means hardening, with the suffix stenosis, which means narrowing. We move on to the next condition suffix, which is megaly. Megaly simply means enlargement. The first example we have under this suffix is splenomegaly, which means enlargement of the spleen. Spleen, which means the spleen itself, and megaly means enlargement. So, enlargement of the spleen. The next condition suffix is pathy. Pathy simply means a disease process, or if you hear pathy meaning disease, yes, something to do with disease. So the first example we have under this suffix is gastropathy, meaning disease process of the stomach. Gastro, which simply means the stomach, and pathy meaning disease process. You would realize here that the suffix begins with a consonant, so there is a combining vowel, which is the O. So gastropathy. We move on to our next topic for today, that is adjective suffixes. Adjective suffixes. The first example we have here is ous, meaning pertaining to. The first example is subcutaneous, meaning pertaining to under the skin. Sub meaning under, and cuten meaning the skin, and ous meaning pertaining to. The next adjective suffix we have is al, meaning pertaining to. Adjective suffixes simply means pertaining to. Yes, so the first example we have under this suffix is cervical. Cervical simply means pertaining to the neck. Cervic, which simply means the neck or the cervix. Al meaning pertaining to. Example 1 under this suffix is cervical pain, meaning pain in the neck. Example 2 under this adjective suffix is cervical cancer, meaning cancer of the cervix or cancer pertaining to the neck of the uterus. The next adjective suffix we have is icy, which simply means pertaining to, as said earlier on, as all adjective suffix means pertaining to. The example we have here is hypodermic, meaning pertaining to, below the skin. Hypo meaning below or low, and derm meaning the skin. and icy, as said earlier on, meaning pertaining to. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notification bell to get weekly videos for easy understanding.